Natasha from MakeupInSFC. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell, my hair is different because I have a wig on. Yay! So this is just a wig from the Halloween store. So I'm trying it out because my hair just looks crazy. It's not curly, it's not straight, it's not long, it's not short. So this is rectifying the issue right now. So I'm going to make this snappy because I have eyeshadow in my eye. My lash is about to get cried off. Cried off? Is that a word? I'm about to cry off my lash. There you go. And I'm getting all hot and bothered under these lights. Today I'm doing this video in collaboration with my friend Veronica. I met her at Gem Beauty LA in January and we've kept in touch ever since. She's a very sweet girl, a super underrated YouTuber. I think she makes really great content and she is a sweetheart to boot. So we are doing a fall makeup tutorial inspired by leaves. So I will link her video up here, down below. I will put her face here. She'll be floating over there. We are doing this makeup tutorial today. I have this matte, colorful, sort of like the leaves changing smoky eye, and then I paired it with this taupe lip with a little bit of a brown shimmer over it. I really like how this look came out. I just kind of turned the camera on and just started to play. So yes, if you're interested, then please keep on watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Yes.
First things first, I'm going to prep my face with some rose water facial spray from Revival Labs. I will link everything down below. And then I'm prepping my face with my usual concoction. I have Cover FX mattifying primer and my e.l.f. poreless primer. I use this all the time, so don't be surprised. But I'm actually thinking about changing it up once these two are finished, but we'll see. Next, I'm using AJ Crimson foundation. This stuff is amazing. Now I have to say this is the second time I've used it. The first time I did it with no primer, no powder, and I used the foundation as concealer. I have to say I like it better with primer and with powder because I think the combination was just flawless when I used everything. Now I'm using this Real Techniques buffing brush to stipple it onto the skin through the center of my face and then blending it outwards. And as you can see, the coverage is just so light and natural and beautiful. I mixed the two colors together to get my perfect shade, but you can contour and highlight with it. And here I'm just using my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge to just further blend it into the skin. Next, I'm going in with my Smashbox Waterproof Concealer. It has a really long name, but I don't remember it at the moment, so I will list it down below. And I'm using that to highlight in my normal places. Now, the foundation does a really good job of covering the things that I want to cover, so I don't need a ton of concealer. So I'm just using that to just brighten up my under eye and in the center of my face. I was actually so lazy to go wet-in my sponge, so it actually looks really small now that I'm looking at it, and it's pretty much dry, so I had to work a little bit harder to blend things, but hey, it still worked. Moving on to powder, I'm setting my face with the Shine Free loose powder from Maybelline in the shade Medium, and I'm setting my under eye and my face with an excess amount of powder, but I use circular motions to buff it all away, and it leaves such an airbrushed look. As always, I'm contouring my face with the old version of the Contour Effects kit. I just saw that they've now changed it and made the pans even bigger, so go ahead and check that out. But I am contouring my face as usual. I don't need to contour my forehead as much because the bangs are going to cover it. And then I'm taking my 9B palette from Morphe and I'm just using that peachy orange shade on the apples of my cheeks. Now moving on to eyebrows, I'm taking my NYX concealer in the shade Medium and I'm starting to carve out the bottom of my brow because I am growing my brows out again, so it's getting a little fluffy under there. I will list my whole brow, I guess, playlist in the top right corner in case you're interested because I'm obsessed. I'm always doing something with my brows. Now I'm taking my European Wax Center brow powder in the shade Venice. They've since repackaged it so it doesn't look like that in case you're looking for it. I love it. It's the perfect gray-brown combo and I don't know, with this brush, this is my holy grail eyebrow brush. This is the Delium Tools small angle brush. It is amazing. It makes my eyebrows so easy to put on, and the combination of these two are just on point. Now I'm just going to set my brows with my clear brow mascara from e.l.f. It's super inexpensive. You can find it anywhere. And now I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm using my Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. This is the old packaging. I'm taking my 35O palette. I don't know if I've ever used this in a tutorial, but I'm excited to use it. I'm using this matte pale shade on an e.l.f. brush to set my concealer and my eyeshadow primer, and then I'm going in with this orange shade on the Senna Feather 15 brush to fluff it out in my crease, and I'm just building up the color as I go along. Now it's important to see that I am taking a lot of time to blend everything. I'm using everything in real time so you can see how much I blend, and I'm going back into the orange just to fluff it out. Now I'm using this more pale orange so that I can get a more blown out look. And then going into this next palette, I'm using the burgundy shade because just like the leaves change, this eye look is going to change. So everything is supposed to blend into each other just like the changing leaves. And I'm blending this color out with a Morphe blending brush. I'm not entirely sure which one it is, but again, everything will be down below. And I really like this brush actually. It's one of the few Morphe brushes that I do like because I think after using it so much, it has softened up over time, and it's a very fluffy, nice blendable brush. Now I'm keeping the shape of this darker shade very round as I'm blending it on the inner and outer corner and then blending it in the middle. And I am just using that to fluff it up and really make it dark and smoky because that's something that I really think is indicative of fall looks, very smoky eyes. And I like this because it helps you transition from summer to fall. It's still sort of colorful, just a little bit more jewel tone and muted, and so it's more wearable for the fall season. And then I'm going back in to blend the edges so that there are no harsh lines. And then I'm going in with this sort of like puke color. It's actually a very nice shade. Now if you haven't noticed, everything is matte, and so I'm taking that on a e.l.f. flat shader brush and I'm using that right in the center of the lid, and it just blends so nicely. It's kind of a yellow greenish brown. I don't even know how to explain the color, but it's a very unique color. And then I'm just mimicking what's on top on the lower lash line with this Sigma pencil brush. Now off camera, I'm going to apply my Clever Lashes from Creative Soul, and I'm going to set my face with this L'Oreal Pro Matte Mist, and then I'm going to highlight my cheekbones with Champagne Pop, and it just makes it a little bit more glowy when you set your face and your face is a little bit damp, and I'm using that on a Morphe M509. Now I'm so excited to show you this. There are only a few drugstore liquid lipsticks right now on the market, and this one is from the brand Tattoo Junkie, and so I'm using this lip paint in the shade Minx, and it is a beautiful taupe color, applies so evenly and so nicely for something that is only $5.99. And I'm using that with the shimmer that is included in the kit. It is a beautiful bronze shimmer, and I'm just using that with my Real Techniques crease brush all over the lip, and it just makes such a beautiful effect. So that is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video and to subscribe to Veronica Hazel Beauty 89, and we will see you in our next video. Bye!
Are we on? Short bangs? Short bangs? Oh, it hurts. Just hair in your mouth. Did you notice my background? Needs to be ironed. Woo!